Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for Double Game Week 22. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment what is your Double Game Week 22 team looking like, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, before we get into my team selection for Double Game Week 22, just going to go over how I did in Game Week 21, now that the Spurs and Fulham game was obviously played out. I finished on 77 points, which is another red arrow. I'm down to 113k now, but again, from 106k, it's just such a small drop. It's just what's happened the last, 10 game weeks. I've been getting a red arrow every single game week, but I've literally just been going down, a few thousand places every single time. I mean, I was on, 50k, so to go from 50k to 113k in, 10 game weeks of red arrows isn't the worst thing in the world. So I just need one really good green arrow, just one really good game week, and it pushed me all the way back up to 50k. But either way, finished on 77 points. Kepa got me 9. Ben White and Luke Shaw having an absolute wilder, getting 0 points between them, and then Trippier getting 8 points as well. Got a yellow card, but still got the max bonus. I mean, who else is going to get 3 bonus when Trippier is on the field? And then we got Rashford with 7 points, Martinelli with 2 points, De Bruyne with 6, and Almiron with 3. And then up top, Haaland captaincy got me 34. I was so close to going De Bruyne captaincy. If I did that, it would have been a very bad red arrow, but luckily I went Haaland. And then Kane got me 6 points, and then Mitrovic picking up that same ankle injury and getting me 2 points. Kane getting 6 points is really weird to me, because it was a 1-0 win and Kane scored. And usually when a striker scores in a 1-0 win, they usually get max bonus, but Kane got none. Now, I didn't watch the game, so I'm not sure if he missed a ton of chances or something like that. But it's just really bizarre to me to see that he scored in a 1-0 game and he didn't get any bonus. Even one bonus would have been great, but yeah, the fact that he got nothing is really interesting. So I don't know if he just missed a ton of chances or something, but either way, picked up 6 points, and then yeah, Mitrovic obviously got me 2, and then Ward with 1 point, Cancelo with a 0, Andreas Pereira with 2, and then Patterson, of course, still being out, can't play. So 77 points, another red arrow. Hopefully we can attack this double, because I've got 2 free transfers, and I think I'm going to take a -4. My transfer, by the way, I'm going to be talking about it for 20 minutes at the end of this video. There's so many different things I can do, and I just obviously have to wait for all the games to be played and stuff, like the Carabao Cup games and the FA Cup games and stuff like that. Yeah, there's honestly so many different routes I could take, but we'll get onto that in a second. Let's move on to how my team is currently looking for Double Game Week 22, and in goal we do have Kepa, who's got Fulham at home. I think the added bonus about having a Chelsea goalkeeper or a Chelsea defender now is that Reece James and Chilwell are back in training. They're in contention for the Fulham game, so it's really exciting times. There's other players that are coming back from injury as well, so yeah, Chelsea should hopefully be okay, and they've got some really nice fixtures coming up as well. Fulham at home is obviously an okay fixture, especially if Mitrovic is injured, and then after that he's got West Ham, Southampton, Spurs away, but then Leeds, Leicester, Everton, Villa, Wolves, Brighton. He's just a hold for me, until maybe game week 32 or something like that. He's an absolute hold for me. The only bad thing is their only game in the game to be rearranged and stuff is the Liverpool game, but either way, absolutely fine keeping Kepa for a while. Need to reward him for the 10 and the 9 point that he's just got me over the last 2 game weeks as well. So yeah, Kepa in goal. The back line is Trippier, West Ham at home, Shaw, who's got Palace and Leeds at home, but again, still up for a rearrangement there. There has to be a United win in the FA Cup, and there has to be a Leeds win in the FA Cup for that to go ahead. Any FA Cup replays, and yeah, that will not be a double game, which is again why you should hold off on your transfers this week. I know you want to bring in the likes of Rashford, Shaw, Bruno, all these players. Hold off until we get confirmation. And then we've got Ben White away at Everton. So that's the back line. Absolutely fine with that. I think I've got a pretty decent lineup at the back there for Double Game Week 22. So yeah, the midfield is Rashford, obviously at home to Crystal Palace and Leeds, and I think I'm going to triple captain this week as well. He's just in the form of his life. He would have picked up 14 points last night in the Forest game because he scored, he got an assist, probably would have got a 3 bonus as well, or 2 bonus, or something like that. But either way, I'm definitely going to be captaining him against Crystal Palace and Leeds at home, and I think triple captaincy is also on the cards as well. I've got De Bruyne away at Spurs, but I think he will be a transfer out this week. Almiron at home to West Ham this week, but again, I think I'm also going to be transferring him out. And then Martinelli away at Everton. I'm not super fussed about keeping Martinelli, but at this point in time, there are other fires that I can kind of need to take out of my team. Martinelli shouldn't be losing that many minutes to Trossard. I think he's still going to be playing roughly like 70 minutes every game, which I guess is okay. But I would like to get rid of him as soon as possible. But like I said, there's other things that I do need to get sorted out before I can even think about bringing in a different player for Martinelli. But yeah, De Bruyne and Almiron there, the heart of that midfield, I think I will be getting rid of this week. Obviously, I'm going to be bringing in Bruno, but I'll be talking about that later on in the video. So that's the midfield. And then up top, I've got Mitrovic away at Chelsea, which again, I'm not hugely about because obviously I don't really want a striker playing a keeper that I own, and then again, he could also be injured too. But I just can't see myself getting rid of Mitrovic. Like, his fixtures coming up are just too good. He's got Forest at home, Brighton's a tough game, but then Wolves and then Brentford. He could easily score in all 4 of these games, so I don't really want to get rid of Mitrovic anytime soon. And then, yeah, Kane and Haaland playing each other. I mean, they can both easily score in that game. The last game was, what, 3-2? So, yeah, they can easily both score in that game. And then the bench consists of Ward away at Villa, Cancelo away at Spurs, which, again, another player that I'm getting rid of as soon as possible, Andreas away at Chelsea, and then Patterson at home to Arsenal. So, as you can see from my team, I've got a lot of fires I need to put out. Mitrovic potentially really badly injured. We'll have to wait and see. Cancelo needs to go. Patterson needs to go. Almiron needs to go. Martinelli I would like to get rid of. Like, this is very much a wild card worthy team, but because I want to play my triple captaincy this week, I don't see the point. If the doubles don't go ahead for United and Leeds, I may have to revisit the wildcard talk, but at this point in time, I'm going to be triple captaining because I think 2 home games, whilst Rashford's in the form of his life, I think it'd be silly to pass up on, and I think, yeah, he could do some damage. Let's move on to my transfers, though, and this, oh man, I've got so many different avenues I could take, really. I've only got 0.4 mil in the bank, but I've got 2 free transfers. I'm so happy I rolled last week, but yeah, I've got 2 free transfers. I need to sort out my team. So, the first thing that I could do is take out De Bruyne, take out Almiron, and then also take out Mitrovic. Now, again, this is only if Mitrovic is, like, injured, because, you know, I'm not going to be keeping him in my team if he's injured, because his price is just going to keep going down, and I don't really need him in my team. So I'm bringing in Gnonto for Mitrovic, which is obviously saving me a ton of money. I bring in Fernandez for De Bruyne, and then I have 10.8 mil to bring in another player, which would probably just be somebody like maybe like Saka or something like that I could bring in, which would obviously be very, very welcome. Getting ready for the double next week, getting ready for the double in 23. And that'd give me 2 Arsenal players, still a ton more money in the bank, 2.6 mil, give me Fernandez. And I've also got enough money in the bank to go back to De Bruyne just though. Like, I'd just be able to go back to De Bruyne for next week if I really wanted to. But if I do get priced out of that move, like back to De Bruyne, then I could always just bring in Mahrez instead. So for double game week 23, I could bring in, I'd love to be able to bring in Mahrez for Andreas Pereira, but I just don't have enough. So what I would probably do the week after is bring in Mahrez for Andreas Pereira and then get rid of Cancelo as well. And I could bring in Mahrez for double game week 23 and take a hit here, obviously. So I'd be taking back-to-back hits, but I'd bring in Mahrez for Andreas Pereira, and then for Cancelo, I could bring in, I don't know, maybe a John Stones or an Ake or something like that. I'd probably bring in Stones because he's the most nailed, and then I'd still have 1.1 mil in the bank as well, and I'd have my my triple City, I'd have my triple Arsenal, and if I really wanted to, I could bring in Odegaard for Martinelli. If his minutes do start getting dropped and stuff, then I may have to think about bringing in Odegaard instead of, and maybe take like another hit or something, but I really don't want to. But yeah, that'd give me 1.1 mil in the bank, and that'd be like game week 23. And then I'd have to think about game week 25 because I'd have 4 players that potentially blank, which again, most likely will be blanking because, I mean, United are basically through. So United are basically blanking in game week 25 because as much as I don't want to admit it, I don't think Forest is going to score more than 3 goals at Old Trafford, especially after the performance last night. I mean, that offside goal would have been nice, but it is what it is. So yeah, United basically are going to be blanking in 25, and that means Newcastle, I mean, they've got the 1-0 advantage against Southampton, and they're actually at home now, so they should be going through as well. So that'll be 4 players that are blanking, and so for game week 24 and game week 25 transfer, I need to sort out a couple of problems. So for game week 24, I'd probably get rid of Patterson and bring in a player, just because obviously he won't be playing in 25, and then I guess for game week 25, I'd have to take out like Bruno Fernandes for a different player. And then that'd be like my 11 sorted for game week 25. So that is something that I could think about doing. But again, like if Mahrez suddenly starts getting dropped, then that's a bit of an issue and stuff. So that's one avenue that I could take and get rid of Mitrovic. If Mitrovic isn't injured though, and I do want to keep Mitrovic, then of course I'll be keeping him for like the Forest game and everything like that, and Brighton and West Ham and all that stuff. So I'd be keeping him. So what I'd have to do instead this week is I'd take out De Bruyne for Fernandes. Actually, no, I'd take out De Bruyne for Mahrez, I'd take out Andreas Pereira for Fernandez, which would leave me with 0. I just can't do that. I'd love to be able to do that, but I'm just 0.1 mil out, so I'd have to take a hit if I was going to do this. And then I would just get rid of Cancelo, and if Brighton don't blank, which, again, there's like a lot of talk on Twitter how potentially Brighton don't. If they lose to like Liverpool in the FA Cup or something like that, then they potentially don't blank. And if they don't blank, again, we'll know this information by the time that Game Week 22 deadline is up. I'd get rid of Cancelo and I'd bring in this Brighton defender because I think he's just really exciting. And then I have 2.4 mil in the bank. So my team for Double Game Week 22 would obviously be White, Shaw, Trippier. I'd probably do a 3-4-3. Maybe, and then I'd probably bench Mahrez because I don't really need to play him against Spurs away. And then yeah, I'd have these 3 players, and then for Game Week 23 I'd probably get rid of Almiron for Saka, maybe, because I can just make that, and then yeah, maybe take another hit or something and get rid of Patterson just to go back down to Bueno, just in case, which I don't need to do, but you know, if he does get a price rise by, then I wouldn't be able to do that. So like, money is super scarce in my team right now. This is what I would like to do, because this would get me this team for Game Week 23 with only 1 hit, and I'd really like that. And then Game Week 24 and 25, I can just start getting rid of Bruno and Patterson, and then I'd be sorted for Game Week 25 as well, if Brighton obviously play in 25. So this is what I'd really ideally love to do, but I think I'd have to make this Saka transfer early on in the week, because I think his price would probably go up, because I think he's going to do bits against Everton, and obviously he's got a double, so obviously his price is going to go up anyway. So yeah, if I do get priced out of Saka though, there is always Ødegaard that I could do, which again isn't the worst thing in the world. And it still gives me like 1.3 mil in the bank. And then like maybe in the future I can sort out other team members and stuff and like get Saka in the team. But I kind of really want Saka in my team. So yeah, ideally that's the direction that I want to go. So this week I would like to get rid of De Bruyne. I mean, it does give you a bit of a benching headache as well. But at the same time, like, I don't know, it's weird making all these different routes and stuff when obviously we don't know what's going to happen, but it's nice to have like them ready. So like, I just know what I'm going to do. Like if Mitrovic is injured, I'll go the other way. If Mitrovic isn't injured and Brighton don't blank, I'll go this way. So there's a lot of different things I could do, but I'm definitely going to be taking a hit this week, pretty sure, because I'm literally just priced out of this, which is so annoying. Like 0.1 mil, man. Like Bruno has just gone up in price as well, so that's really annoying. I mean, what I could always do is, instead of getting rid of Almiron, I mean Andreas Pereira, I could just get rid of Almiron this week, which again is a way around it, and I guess I wouldn't have to take a hit that way. I'd probably do that anyway, because yeah, that's probably the direction I'd go, to be fair, because I'll be taking a hit next week anyway. So it just means that I guess I'd only be able to do this if Mitrovic is fine, because otherwise I'd have to play Andreas Pereira, and I don't really want to play him away at Chelsea. But then I'd play White, Shaw, Trippier. I'd do a 3-4-3, and that mean I'd have to play Mahrez away at Spurs as well, though. I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, the hit probably is going to be worth it to bring in another player, but either way, that is going to be everything for my my kind of team selection. Again, I'm probably going to make a couple of updated team selection videos throughout the next week when we get more information and stuff, and find out more information about doubles and blanks and everything. This is just very much a start, but yeah, I expect more team selection videos throughout the week. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. It's trying at 50 likes. Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on your team this week? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bells. Everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.